So 3 weeks ago, I made a video saying that I was not going to eat for 21 days. Well, guess what? I did it. I completed my very first 21-day fast yesterday. And boy, was that an experience. The reason why I decided to do this 21-day fast is because I wanted to grow closer to God. It wasn't about weight loss. It wasn't about anything that had to do with that. I was already fairly a healthy person already. I've been in fitness for over 15 years. I work out regularly. I eat good. However, that doesn't mean that there aren't things that you can improve on with your health. So fasting is not only spiritual, it also has physical benefits as well. I needed an answer from God, and that's why I wanted to do this fast. There was a pastor that mentioned that he was going to do a 21-day fast. And I heard it, and it dropped the idea into my head. I said, you know what, maybe I should do a 21-day fast, to get an answer from God for some things that I've been asking him for. And then my church, shortly after that, said they were going to do a 2-week fast. So I said, okay, the signs are all around me. You know how when you hear something over and over again, you're like, is this a sign that I should do this? So that's what encouraged me to go into a prolonged fast. This is day 22. I still haven't consumed anything yet, but I'm going to today. I'm done. I've completed 21 days of prayer and fasting. And fasting is not just not eating. Fasting is not a diet. Fasting can be used for dietary purposes with intermittent fasting, but fasting and praying is actually biblical. There are some things that you cannot receive from God or you can't accomplish in your life without doing prayer and fasting, which is why I wanted to go into this fast, because there are some huge blessings that I want to receive from God that I knew that only prayer and fasting would be able to break those chains once and for all. So here are some of the things that happened to me during my fast, and I'm sure these are some things that are going to happen for you if you decide to go into a prolonged fast. You lose a lot of weight. You can't get away from it. There's no getting around it. You're going to lose weight. When I started this fast, I was 189.9 pounds, basically 190 pounds. I got on the scale this morning and I weighed exactly 160 pounds. I lost 30 pounds in 3 weeks. It's crazy. Now, another thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to get hungry. I mean, you can't get away from it. You're going to get hungry. But what I did in moments like those is I always made sure that I drank a lot of water, and I always made sure that I would pray and read my Bible. I always stayed in communication with God, whether I was working, whether I was reading the Bible. I always made sure that I was reading my Bible, always praying and staying hydrated. You have to stay hydrated. There was a point in time where I was just drinking water for almost 2 weeks, and I didn't have any electrolytes. And I started to feel kind of weak. So I started to add a little salt to my water to get some electrolytes in. And then in the very last week is when I started to implement some more electrolytes, 0 calorie, and a few 0 calorie energy drinks to give me some energy, because I was feeling lightheaded, like I was gonna pass out while I was still out there working, and I didn't want to faint, because there were a lot of times towards the end where I felt like I was gonna faint. I felt sometimes it was a struggle to even get up and walk, because you're just so empty and lightheaded. That's what happens when you don't consume food. Even if I sat up too fast out of bed, I would get kind of dizzy because I had no food. There was no substance. It's in those moments that you're depending on the Holy Spirit to get you through the day. And that's why I'd always pray and read my Bible every morning. Every morning, that was my time to give the first part of my day to the Lord. And also why I did this fast is because I wanted to give this whole entire first part of the year. This is basically essentially a whole month now that I haven't eaten anything, haven't consumed anything. I wanted to give this whole entire first portion to the Lord so that he could take the whole entire year and bless it for me. And that was mainly why I wanted to do this fast. Another thing that's going to happen is you're going to grow closer to God. There are going to be things that you used to do or used to like to do that you're going to find that you're not going to be interested in as much. And that's okay. That's a good thing. It's showing you that you're growing spiritually closer to God. Certain people that you maybe used to hang out with or hang around with, you're probably not going to want to hang out with them as much anymore, or limit the time you do spend with them because they're not in alignment with where you're going. Some of the things you used to say or do, you're not going to want to say or do anymore because you feel a spiritual closeness to God. And that is a good thing, because growing closer to God means growing further away from the world. And when you grow closer to God, that means you're growing closer to God to do amazing things in your life. Another thing that's going to happen to you is you are going to experience some food cravings. It's normal. It doesn't make you wrong or a sinner that you're doing the fast wrong because you're craving food. It's normal. Our body needs food. The body needs food to live. There's no way I could do this for the rest of my life. There's no way anybody can do this for the rest of their life. You will die. You have to eat food to live. Even Jesus, when he was finished with his fast, it said in the Bible, he was hungry. He was ready to eat. And he did it for 40 days. I don't think I'm going to do 40 days. So I don't just tell you that right now. So you have to eat to live. So it's going to be normal for you to get cravings. I noticed that in the last few days, it was weird. All of a sudden, the last few days of my fast, I started really craving food, and I started watching mukbangs on YouTube. I was so hungry. I was watching mukbang, and I was air chewing. I was watching the mukbang videos, like mouth watering and just chewing because I was so hungry. But I will tell you this, at the end of the day, fasting and prayer does amazing spiritual things for you and amazing physical things for you. My whole entire body has been reset. I am leaner than I've ever been. I'm more chiseled than I've ever been. Don't feel as strong as I used to. That's going to take some time. I cannot wait to start working out again. I'm going to try and get like a light workout in today. I'm breaking my fast today, so there are going to be some things that I'm doing that's almost going to seem like new. It's been 3 weeks, and they say it takes 3 weeks to form a habit, 21 days. So it's been 21 days since I've consumed any food, since I've done any workout. So I'm ready to jump back in that. I miss working out. I miss working out, and I miss eating food. You know, it always blows my mind when people say why they don't want to work out. The excuse I've always heard, you know, being a fitness, they say, oh, I don't want to work out because I love food too much. I'm always like, that's why you work out, because you love food. You get to eat more food when you work out. Duh. That's why we work out, because we get to eat more food. So I cannot wait to start working out and to eating food again. I want to devour everything in the house and home right now. I went grocery shopping last night and I spent way more than I thought I was going to. I was shopping while hungry, and how many of you know that's a mistake? But it's okay, because it's all going to get eaten eventually. But today I have to break it with something light. I know, I don't want to ruin my stomach, and there are some detrimental effects that can come with that, and I don't want to pretty much destroy the reason for the fast. So it wasn't for me to go into gluttony mode, because it also taught me a lot of discipline. So for anybody out there who's going to go into a fast, take these into consideration. One, stay hydrated. Fill yourself with electrolytes as well. That's put a little salt in your water, or get some 0-calorie electrolyte drinks. I found this really good one called Electrolyte. It was really good. It was like a berry blast flavor. That was so good. 0 calories. If you need some energy drinks, you can. I wasn't trying to be legalistic about it and say, no, only water, only water. That doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It's abstaining from food. So abstaining from food. That's what a complete liquid fast is. So at one point I did have some black coffee. No sweetener. That was early on. No sweeteners, no anything. 0 calories. I had some green tea. 0 calories again. I had no calories. And then towards the end, the very last week, actually, the last few days is when I had the electrolyte and a few energy drinks. Other than that, it was just all water. All water. So I'm ready to eat. Anyway, I digress. Make sure you stay hydrated. Keep your body filled with electrolytes. Pray always, every single day. Read your Bible, stay in your word. It's the bread of life. And always make sure you're in constant conversation with God. If you do this through your fast, you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. Remember why you're doing the fast. Food is going to call out to you. The devil's going to try and tempt you to eat. He was trying to tempt me in the last few days by watching mukbangs so that I give in, because the food was looking so good. But you got to stay focused. Remember why you're fasting. Remember why you're fasting and praying, and what you're praying and fasting for. I appreciate your guys' support. For those of you guys who saw that first video. For those of you who are new to the channel, thank you. If you're brand new, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos I upload to the channel. And I am going to break my fast today, and I will be sharing that video as well. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. And as usual, I love you guys. God bless you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.